Oh, yes indeed, Sofi with a new higher high. And you know why. There should be no question. But right now we're going to let the main guy, King Cat Tyler, take over. Thank you for being here and congratulations. Ring, ring, ring that bell. We are definitely having a day just as Cat had called. But I'm going to get out of here and let him take over, folks. We'll see you in a little while. All right, hello everyone, greetings, thank you for being here, and I got my Lucky Ireland hat, folks. I have my Lucky Irish hat on, but that has nothing to do with what's going on here. It's not luck, folks. This is not luck at all. What we see happening here is a definite sign of what I thought would be coming, and we could read it all already, couldn't we? And let's get on up here and get this thing going and get the display capture right up here underneath. I don't have anything else, but I should have my headline. My headline is, as you can see right there, SOFI, new higher high, and why? Well, we know why. It's been explained pretty thoroughly that this was the way it was going to go, and or at least that's the way I thought. Now, I'm not always right, and I am not a financial advisor, but I do want to thank you for being here, folks. Now, let me get over here where I can put this screen that I have up live here, my live video feed. Whoa, 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 get over here. Here we go. Got a lot of things going on up here, and we're going to done on this. And now we are up and live where I can see what's going on. And greetings, profitable cats, I should say today, right? Greetings, money-making cats. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. We're just rocking, and got a big smile face on that too. And there you go. Greetings. Well, Cat usually comes on at the bottom, but there was no way to do that today, was there? There was no way to do that. I'm going to take this screen, and I'm going to move it over to this page over here. Boom. And now I'm going to actually disconnect, get in here and do something. Just give me a minute. Give me a moment while I make some moves here. And what a nice little jog up today. I told you it was going to be happening. I also called the after hours move up too, didn't I? So thank you for being here with me, everybody. It wasn't a huge move up in after hours, but it was a nice little indicator, a pre-indicator. And we're blowing through this high. And folks, you know what I said before, there were days where both the highs and the lows were getting annihilated for a long time, for like 15 days in a row. So don't worry here. We're just getting started. This is just the beginning. We got a lot further to go. I'm going to, right now, congratulate everybody who got in at $7.89 and now up nearly $1 on this. And we're going to continue to see this gain because, as I said, my belief is we have as much as up to $11.75 or $12. And by the way, go over and see what Hurricane Lopez said yesterday on his video, and let me make sure I got everybody up that's running, and we got this where we need it. Yep, this looks good. I'm going to reduce my picture size down right here, very much so. Don't need to be that big. And then I'm going to come up here with the display capture right underneath me and make sure we're doing this correctly, all right? So there you go. Hopefully now you can see what I'm showing you, and we just hit 870. Bingo! And I say bingo because that makes us all winners, right? All of us are winners that came in here before, and I'm going to try to figure out now how to get my live stream page over here to my left. I don't know where it just went to. I thought I had it over here. We're going to pop it back up here. Boom. There we go. Now we got it up. Sean Shaw, hi-ho silver. Yes, sir. Right on. That's right. Away. Away we go. And who would have ever guessed that this was going to be happening? And I'll tell you who, me. I did. I said it was going to happen. I guess I didn't just guess at it. I was looking at history to tell me. And it sure is looking like history is repeating itself once again. And really should be of no surprise to anyone here because of the charts and what the volume's been showing. And folks, we've already surpassed what we've seen sometimes at 2 in the afternoon here lately. You know, the volume on this, if you look back just a couple of days ago, and I'd like to be sure and get over here on the right one. We've got to make sure with the right ones. But look over here, 17 million, right? Oh my gosh. And now look where we are. And folks, this volume is what's going to be the best indicator for us because the more volume comes in, the better. And especially from this price here, which we've already got pressure on these people who have shorted this way back when. So thank you for being here with me. The folks that are here, I appreciate it. Sean Shaw, thank you for your presence. Why I showed some people. Sean, you didn't see this yet, but I want to show you this. This is pretty amazing. How much money you would have made on this stock, and I actually posted it on the SOFI conversation board. So you folks might find this interesting. But before we go there, let's just look at this one-day chart, and let's just look at this. Oh my gosh, one day. Make sure we're in on the 1 minute intervals, which we are, and look over here at what we had coming at this. Wow. And you can see from yesterday, isn't it interesting? We're seeing it. They begin this today at 8:30. Let's see if I'm right here. Yep. See, they closed it out here at 3:40 at 4 o'clock, and they begin it here at the 9:30 open. Well, folks, I want to show you something that might work here for you. And another thing you can learn from being here is once you're on this Yahoo chart, if you zoom right in on this and then you hit the refresh page, you can get the pre-market numbers too sometimes. Not always, but let's just see if I'm right. Right here. And of course, once you get here and you've zoomed in, you're going to have to back way out. But let's just see if I'm correct. And if not, just 4 and then from the opening bell, 9:30. Let's just see what happens here. It's toggling, so it's still thinking. Just give it some time here. But how do you like this nice run, folks? Congratulations to everyone. This is sort of called, and it was pretty easy to determine based on what we've seen in the past. And congratulations to all of you who've now made a very nice pop on this. Really nice, yeah. Somewhere up about 12% here right now. So right now it's gathering all this data that it doesn't normally have to show. And that's why it's taking a little while to toggle this out. And we'll get it here though. Maybe. Thank you for being here. I see we got 6 that are with us. And Sean, I'm going to show you some numbers here pretty soon that will be pretty eye-opening. And basically what these numbers calculate out to is if you had owned this stock as of this earnings call date right here, go over here. If you had the earnings call, this date was on November the 1st. This one here came up. And I'm going to try to do something else here. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment, please. There we go. All right, now I can shut down my VPN. I don't want to have my VPN reconnected, OBS Studio reconnecting. Just hang with me, Hope. I hope it does not end what I just did. Yep, reconnection successful, it says. And I'm going to see if we're still up and streaming on here. But I want to thank you for being here with me, everyone. Thank you. Don't forget to like so this gets shared with more people. I'd appreciate you doing that. And I just want to make sure we're still up and running after that reconnection on OBS Studio, which I had shut off. Or did that kill our feed? Which wouldn't surprise me one bit. So we're going to wait and see if we keep staying engaged, have other people come in or not, or whether that just cut us off. So, but I'm seeing successful connection, and hopefully we're still up and running. We don't know yet, but we'll find out. Looking over here, folks, I am telling you, let's go to the institutions and see if we cross 700 now. This is a drum roll. I got things falling down while I do it. And we hit the bell, and did we go over 700? Or did some sell off? Let's find out. Oh, yeah, we've had a couple exchanges. 2 of the longs have come out. 2 of the longs came out. All right. Keeping track of that. Oh, yeah. It was at 699 now, 697. Okay. But you can see what the price is doing. So I don't know about their timing. I might wonder about that. Probably doesn't seem too good. But maybe they said they were long and they were short. Right? I don't know. That can't be. I'm sure it isn't. Don't listen to my nonsensical talk. I just throw out stupid stuff sometimes, just for laughs. Okay, but let's see here, because like I said, I definitely am keeping track of this, and so we're at 8:30, and we've gone now to 697 from 699 yesterday. And we're going to keep track of this close because it means a lot to me. I think it can mean a lot. Now we're at 363,510. 363,510. 363, 510, 892. Yeah, I watch all this stuff, folks. I watch it, but there's still only 22 shorting it, and there's still only 32 that are short and long on SOFI's position. So look at the odds, 697 long on this, 697 long, and still. And I showed you yesterday on Market Chameleon. Wasn't it amazing to see how many people had put puts on this stock at about 30 cents below where we are now? Yeah, 834 was it? 832? Yeah, they were putting puts, major puts yesterday. The majority of them were put at that price at about 10:05 in the morning. I showed everyone that yesterday. And hopefully you're still, yes, we are still up and running. Brew Tank Outdoors, there's the big cat. Yes, sir. Here we are. And there's no reason to come on at any other time because the bottom, well, the bottom was at $7.89 about 8 days ago, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And I called that to be the bottom, and I said we were going to see possibly a minimum because here's the thing. Let me get back to what I was talking about. These numbers that I put together here on this piece of paper are if you had started out with 100 shares on October 31st. All right, if you started out with 100 shares October 31st, when the price was $5.44 on the close that day, before the earnings call on November 1st, which would have been Q3 earnings call of 2022, coming out November 1st, there's where you would have been if you had 100 shares. It would have cost you $544, okay, to get 100 shares. And what this piece of paper shows you from here on down, folks, is that by the end since November 1st, so you got December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 9 months, folks, this shows that you would have turned your, and I have to go here to SoFi. I want to go to the back page, and we're going to go to the conversations because I kept running it out on the conversation, but I didn't do it all onto this. But let me show you what it adds up to. And look at us just soaring away. Nice. Cha-ching, cha-ching. And there'll be more pressure on them here because there's lots that shorted in the 4s and 5s and 6s, folks. All right, let's go on down here. What I wanted to show you was on the conversation board, click this tab right here. And thank you for being here with me because here's what I want you to see that I posted that I've gotten some quite a few responses about, no doubt, because it's kind of an eye-opener what I posted, and it's what I've been telling you folks here for some time, but I never had done the math to see how much money you would have made. So I strung it all out, and I did it, and this time you're going to see what the results are and what would have happened. Let's see here. I told you I was working up. Here it is, West Coast. There we go. All right, and there's a lot of people don't want to show me, they want me showing these numbers. There's some many thumbs downs on me commenting on this, but I'm showing you right here. And let's see here. Working up some numbers, and I'm showing here, that's just the first one. So I've got others that are on here because I did part 1, part 2, part 3, because they're limiting you here on Yahoo how many characters you can put up each time. So let's just go and see if it's on my page. Sometimes they don't show them all like that. They should show them in order, but they don't. It's coming. You'll see. No, see, this is weird. I don't know what they're doing here on these posts. Maybe if I click on this, it'll give me the last one. But just hang with me a second here, because the math is just as unbelievable what this adds up to. And doggone. They're going way back on these posts. They're not even showing my most recent ones. And you would probably have to. There's so many people commenting on this board with 123 viewing on the SoFi board that you'd have to go back a long ways, I have a feeling, to find my comment. But maybe someone has responded to my final comment, and that's the direction we'll look for it here this time. Just give me a moment here. Appreciate you being here with me while we watch us make money. All right? While everybody watches the stock prices keep going up. And so there's the first one. This was 15 hours ago. Come on down and show more comments and see what we get. And we got to try to see if we can catch. And I guess the best way, let's do it the way I was just saying. Let's go to the notifications and see if anybody responded to part 3. Thumbs up, thumbs down should usually show up here. Let's see. I told you from 7. Here we go. This is the last one. The numbers I had gotten up to were this one here, 7,247.58. If you had started with $544 worth on October 31st, by May 15th, you would have accumulated $7,247 if you sold at every high and went short and then bought at every low. Okay? But it doesn't end there, folks. Here's the rest of it, and it adds up like here. So from 7,248.58, the previous posting total, if you had shorted June 14th at the high of 1023, you would have to have waited only 9 days to June 23rd to see a new low of 771, or a gain of 24.63%. Your new total would be your old of 72.48.58 times 24.63% plus totals 9,032.65. Then I show them that if they had gone long from 771 on June 23rd, had to have waited 3 weeks to July 19th, they would have sold at 1013, back up 23.88%. Your total would now be 9,032.65 times 23.88% gain, and your total now changes to totaling 11,189.66. I hope you're enjoying this, folks. And then, had you shorted at the 1013 number, you would have had to wait 9 days, and on July 27th, you could have bought out of those shorted positions at 894, gain 11.4%, total that 11,189 times 11.4% plus. Now you got 12,465.28. And so, folks, had you gone on long on that day at 894, 2 days later on July 31st earnings, you could have sold at 1170, gaining 23.59%, and your total would now be that previous 12,465 plus the 23.59% gain. You got 15,405.84. And I'm showing everybody this because if you had the wits and ability to do this, this is how much you'd have. And some do, right? So if you shorted 3 weeks ago at 1170 and bought back in 789 14 days later, you would have gained 32%. Your total your total investment of $544 on October 31st, 2022 would now total $15,405.84 times 32. What is it? Yeah, that was the last total, times 32% plus 32.56 totals $20,421.98. On a $544 investment, you would have made $19,500 had you that insight and foreknowledge to be selling on every high and buying on every low. Kind of interesting, huh? But folks, here's the thing. As you read through this from the day one when I started, the price has just gone up and up and up and up and up. It just keeps going up. And it's going up today, right? Does this make sense to everyone? And generally, these swings, as you look back over these numbers, it's an eye-opener for you, because you can see the swings are averaging between 24% and 35%. And this is average from the highs to each low in 8 to 10, 14 days, 5 days. Day trader's dream come true. Swing trader, man, you can make some money on this stock. And they're becoming aware that now there's going to be a saturation point of where it'll play in between certain channels, and then it finally goes on off, and that's exactly what we're seeing now with SoFi, in my opinion. It's played in that channel too long in the eights, in the lower eights, and now it's playing in the upper eights, and then soon it'll be the lower nines. And there's going to be days of big gains like we're seeing today. And then there's going to be days of little pullbacks that we're going to see. It's not always going to keep going straight up, people. But I can assure you, this is going to be another, like I said, from the last low on 789, I expected about 17 out of 21 or 22 days up. There'll be days down. There was days when 2 days back to back, they brought the high down. And by the second day, they had brought it down from the previous 2 days earlier. They brought it down 13 cents exactly. 13 cents, and then off it ran like crazy. It went up 50%. Wow. And this is the typical pattern behavior. And believe me, the hedge funds, I told you this. Why would they stop doing this? This is working so well for them. This is like a well-oiled machine, making 30% here, 30% there, 30%. You're talking 60% on each time that they've done this 30% down, up, down, up, down, up. Over and over and over, repeatedly over the last month and a half, folks, 2 months. Well, it's longer than that now. It's been, like I said, the total since back to November 1st, obviously, is, 8, 9 months, 10 months almost. Let's see, November 1st, December 1st, January 1st. And we got to make sure we're close enough. We could almost just call this, September 1st, right? So there you go. From the date that I started it. Wow. November 1st, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. In 10 months, I show you all here on this sheet down at the very bottom, the reason you would have gone from $544 to over $20,000 is because you would have made 493%. Now, that being said, on the shorter positions, you have to pay the interest. So there's a little bit to be pulled out right there. That's no doubt. I'll have to mention that to you. But I hope that you found the numbers that I'm running at you kind of interesting. I sure do. And I also I showed people this NASDAQ and how similar the last drop was to this current drop. And folks, they look so similar, but different in a way. And since it only takes 2 minutes to do it, I'll go over here to the NASDAQ 1-year chart and show you that, folks, if you look at some of these drops off of these highs like September 5th, 2022. So, folks, this was only a year ago, right? 1 year ago, almost, September 5th. Look at that drop. Okay, very steep with only one hiccup. The next one, it was just a solid drop right on down and then curved out at the bottom. But then look at this last drop here on January the 30th, which would be coincidentally the new year had come in, January 30th, bam. It went from 12 and it dropped on a jigsaw pattern. Pops and drops and pops and drops all the way from 12,005 to 11,138. And that is 862 points. Went right back up 900 or so, 950, and then plateaued out before this was from this low right here to here was a 20% gain. I show you this because this drop of 860 something, look at this drop, 14.3 to 13,290. So 14.3 to 13.3 basically, right? It's 1,060 points. And then look at this, just like this right here. Very, very similar move. I'm encouraged by it, folks, because from right here, we saw nothing but a 20% gain. And I like the look of that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you, the folks that are looking at that well. I know I've shown others, but I like to look at that and remind people and any new folks that come along, because we do have new SoFi folks that drop by here and check me out every once in a while and come aboard and like what I have to say. Look at some other stocks today. Look at UPST. Still climbing, very nice gains on this one. And when I told you I might start day trading as well, might start focusing a little bit more on this one because this one really will swing. Let's look at these other ones. DNA, they dropped it back down there, 215, and then bam, right back up. Nice. It's going green. Looks good. Oh, good time to buy this one, RBT right here, folks. I tell you right now. Won't stay there. I don't believe that. Good opportunity right here, 54 cents. Riot looks good. I mean, they look good because they went up yesterday 16%, so just a little bit of a pullback on that. And this one, that's still pretty strong. Look at NU. Broke over 7, and it looks strong. If it stays over that, folks, might be a good opportunity there. AMC up 18%. How did I know? I had a premonition yesterday they were going to come out with something to counter this major drop. and some sort of news. And what did they come out with? AMC launches high barrier performance paper packaging in North America. That was yesterday. Well, they came out with something, didn't they? I knew they would. All right. That's a one to keep an eye on. Mullen, beware. I've told people about that, but I got my eye on it still. Tesla, what are they doing? Nice. Tesla's making a move. EPR that was called yesterday. One of our viewers here, got to remember. Yeah, I remember who he is. It's coming to me. EPR, he called it. Golly, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's interesting that I'm having trouble with it because it's not really that difficult. Spartacus. It's local. I should keep the connection to the Spartans, my Michigan State Spartans. So that's how we'll remember it from now on. Michigan State. Man, look at this thing, folks. How do you like it? How do you like it now? Anybody that came in with me at $4.67 2 months ago, congratulations. And how do you like it now? And folks, I don't see any way to tamper this. The lure of this and the attraction is getting stronger and stronger. The Dow has been made an attempt to run red for a little bit there and push right back up green. The NASDAQ very resiliently bounced. The Russell 2000 looks strong as well. Everything moving up off of that identical drop that we saw. So that's good sign for me. I like it. I like it for everything. And let's see if we can get over here. See, we keep track of this during the daytime because they come in and out on this thing, see? They might have come right back in already on the drop if it drops. 697 total. Somebody took some profits that had bought in the $4 range. Why wouldn't they? That's what I do. No problem. Man, look at this thing, though. They might end up regretting it, folks, because this could go right on up, and quickly, once they see 9 is about to concede, they'll fold out. We could see a very, very, very nice move from here continuing right on through. And look at the time of day that it is, folks. Do you know what usually happens? Everybody knows what usually happens from 11:15 to this stock on. Wow, nice. Very, very nice. I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate your presence and your participation, and the ones that leave comments that leave us good stocks to keep an eye on, like Spartacus, who told us about this one here. Now, these are a little pricey, but they're making good gains. Tesla just trying to turn red a tiny. But, man, oh, man, look at AMC, folks. Let's see if that continues. Look at the volume on it, 23,632. They liked what they heard. But they're also going to like what they hear next on SoFi. Trust me, folks. They might have already heard. There might be a word on the bird on the line already, getting some people in ahead of time here before we really see this thing shoot up. Wouldn't it be cool to see the thing just go right on up, like I said, and start unfolding? They fold out one after the other on top of each other and run it up to 13 and 14, 17, 20, 21. There's positions that are being held, a lot of them, folks. I keep saying it. And let's go in here. This will be a good chart to look at right here. And anyway, so I showed everybody about these some responses to my posting about having now $20,000 after having invested $544. She said, those are precisely the purchases Missy Ryan made. Not. It's fun. It's good to show these numbers, and boy, does that open some eyes up, folks, to how the growth has been over this stock in the last 10 months. Absolutely atrocious gains, over 493% gain if you could have played it every time, up and down, hit the nail on the head on every high and low. Now, that doesn't happen in the real world, but I just wanted to sync it up and show you how the ones that do sometimes control things do pick numbers that they want to start at to. And 1170 was one of them, in case you didn't know that. And I told you, folks, at 1166, sometimes when things get too hectic and they seem Too good to be true. When it starts to become dreamlike and you're on in euphoria and your endorphins starting to get released into you, it's time to sell. Generally speaking, as a rule. Because things don't always stay happy pie in the sky. Let me tell you a story. One of these days he's going to call in here. Catfish Tom. Down in my hometown of Winter Haven, and we go back to knew each other since we were like 6 years old. And I'm telling you, folks, we were in the market on a stock, and I can't even recall the name of the stock at this time. It was just one that we jumped in on great news, and it took off like a bat. And this is back when we were seeing the GME type runs and the AMC type runs. This thing catapulted up. We were up like $40,000 on it. And I'm talking this in one day. All right. And he says, man, I got to make some lunch or whatever. And I said, all right. And we were sitting there and I was watching it. And next thing I knew, all of a sudden it started to rocket down. So immediately I tried to call him right away, get him onto it. And he wasn't answering. So I just waited a minute and I was selling. I started selling out. It was falling so fast. And I just got out all at once. I never do that usually, but it was falling so fast, I just got right out. And I was still way up on it. Rolling Dubs just joined the crowd. You're going to catch a good story about my friend and I that had jumped on a stock one time. He had got in way more than I did, but he was up about 40,000, and I was up similarly. And what happened then? He went and had lunch, said he was going to make lunch there at his own place in his apartment, not going anywhere. The price started rocketing down. I mean, just dropping like almost like they had performed a split announcement or something, or shareholder, where they start releasing shares onto the market. And I was like, oh my God, what's happening? But I was calling him right away. He didn't answer. I just started selling. I sold everything, put it in my order, just sell the dang thing, market it, sold, dumped. I made still a lot of money. But I kept calling him. I messaged him. Hey, man, what's going on? I hope you're out. Get out. Whatever the stock was, I don't remember. I think it might have been like ASPN, something like that. Anyway, I kept telling him, and I'm calling, nothing. Finally, the thing has dropped all the way back down to where it was initially. And the phone rings. Tommy's like, hey, man, what's going on, man? You're like blowing up my phone. I said, yeah, why do you think I would blow up your phone? He goes, oh, I don't know, man. I just was trying to take a nap, and I finally just shut it off. I said, well, you damn sure shouldn't have. What do you mean, man? What's going on? I says, what's going on is that this stock that we were just up, 30, 40,000 on has gone right back down. Oh, whoa, he laughed, and what do you, and he checks, and sure shit it had. A $40,000 nap. How do you like that? Man, oh man. That's how fast that they can not only go down, folks, on news, but they can go up. Just like COSM did a year ago for us. And you can go back and look and see what happened, where it went from $1.70 to $21 in one day. There can be an announcement like dividends by a company like this that could decide to start paying dividends. That would be one thing that would be a major catalyst, I believe. They could buy back shares, make an announcement to buy back shares with all of the gross revenues they're going to be getting off of these student loans, decide to make a point where an announcement like that. You just don't know how high it could go. If they were to do a reverse split and man, folks, there's all kinds of possibilities and potential gappers. And I don't mean little 3 and 4 and 5% days, but 25, 30, 40, even 100. I'm not kidding you, folks. And the days aren't like this right now. We're not rolling in this kind of market that's this crazy and overhyped like we were at the time 2 years ago. But there was a day I had 3 stocks that went up 100%. Over 100%. One of them was 130% up. So we might start rolling back into those kinds of days if we start seeing the NASDAQ and the Dow and everything continue to move upwards. And it's like I said, if you look at the charts now, I just showed you folks a year ago, or just it wasn't even a year ago that we started seeing it had hit the bottom, and it just went 20% up. after it had dropped only about 863 points. It dropped 863, and it did that over about a month period. And then we just saw it drop 1,000 in less than a month. And then after that 863 drop back then, it went up 20. And my picture looks very similar here that I'm painting for you folks. And I hope that you'll agree that that has the potential to do that. And again, I just want to thank you for being here. I haven't been playing any music lately ever because sometimes I've had people say that it interferes with the delivery of the message. But another way, and you can choose your own music in the background, and I guess really I ought to do that as well for myself. But right now I haven't been, and it's kind of fun just to ride along and see what I'm showing you. I am going to keep an eye on these institutions, because if they sold out too early, they might see this run begin and they might decide to get right on back in. So don't be surprised to see these institutional ownership numbers change, which they often do. And if you happen to care to, you can join in on sharing this video and liking it with your friends and stuff, because I'm starting to get to a point where I can't even pull this up. I'm going to try and add a page here and go to my YouTube. Might as well pull it up. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the folks that are here and have chatted with me and put there's a big cat, and you guys want to thank you for being here. What's up, everyone? Roland Dubes. Well, what's up is Roland Dubs. Dubes. I've said it before, but hey, I remember, and I caught myself. That's all the thing that's important. When you get to be this age, you got to catch yourself when you're making these statements. But thank you for being here. I don't know if you can even see me. I don't have my normal light up here, but hopefully it is bright enough. I should go over here and check it out on the OBS. There's plenty of me. No problem. Don't need to be looking at my sorry ass anyway. You need to be looking at this wonderful stock just going right on up. Right on up, she's gonna go, and this is what we said from down below. I told you when the price hit $7.89, it was time to get in, 'cause the water was fine. Oh yeah, you hear me singing a song. That's right, you can sing along with what I'm saying. Shorts are praying, it stops right here, but they're living in fear. The high's gonna go away and disappear, and we're not looking back. We're not cutting no slack. We're gonna keep buying Jack until it's up the crack. You know what I mean? We make it lean, and it's gonna be without any gleam. Oh yeah, gleam and glory. That's right. Hey, folks. The Flory was at $7.89, and I hope you like my rhyme. We're keeping it in time, and we're watching Sofi fly, and that's all we need to do, as others decided to buy their way out of their shorter positions today. That's right. All good. Yeah, we're going to rock it away. We're going to keep on playing, and we keep singing too. We're going to watch Sofi till it hits 22. We're going to ring the bell and say, what the hell were you shorts ever thinking? You should have known without blinking that it was not time to short it when you did at 440. That's right. That wasn't too, I'm going to say sporty, even though that's horrible, and I'll admit that it's true. I'm having a good time. Yes, here with all of you. And there's not that many here, but it doesn't really matter, because that doesn't shatter my dreams of making everybody rich off of the games that they're playing. That's right, all these hedge funds up and down repeatedly. I know that's, again, not going to work, but I don't really care. I don't care to be a jerk. Hey, Spartacus, thank you for showing up, my friend. Welcome for joining in, my friend. We are having a good time, and we're talking in rhyme as we're watching Sofi as it's beginning to climb. And that's right, I said starting. I didn't say ending. This is just the beginning, my friends. You will see that Sofi is going higher, and with every single buyer from now until the bell rings at 2:45. And it will, because I ring it anytime that I want. I'm not talking the closing bell, folks. Here's what you got. You got me ringing the bell and saying, shorts, go to hell, because we're running this up. That's right. Like a golden cup. We're going to hold it over our heads, and we're going to say, Catfish said that this stock wasn't dead when it hit 445. Oh no, it's come alive, and it's growing each day, and you can see pretty soon we're going to get pay. Hey, thank you for being here with me. UPST is up good too. Yes, I showed that Spartacus in 8.5, out 8.75 on SoFi. How do you like that? Freaking A, man. That's what we do. Ching, 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 ching. Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell, 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 bell. But I think you might have been a little premature, Spartacus. I think this thing is getting ready to unload like people don't even have a clue on. They don't understand how many shorts are trapped and still holding this shorted positions. It's crap. You don't buy all their FUD, all the stuff they try to make you believe. I'm telling you right now, they're hurting. They're in grieve pattern. It's hurting bad. Things are looking sad. And you can see they're going mad as this price runs so high. That's right. It's SoFi. So I'm done with my rhyming. I'm back out of the timing. We're going to go back to talking like we usually do. But I'm glad you were here for my little SoFi poem. And now, my folks, my SoFi poem is all through. So there you go. Just a little bit of, some, I guess you'd call freestyling in the rap world. And I've always enjoyed doing that, including balking backwards in case you didn't bowing out at yoke. When I was a kid lid, I used to touch a lot of Wellavision, and one of my favorite programs was Hee Haw. And there's a guy on there that I remember he was bitten in a Sarber chair, and he was balking backwards like this. He told the story of Rendersella and the Bancy Fall, and about how she dropped her slash glipper. So anyway, I learned as a kid lid to balk backwards, and I'm goody prid at it, if you know what I mean. So again, just here to entertain you with my silliness. We're going to go over and look at UPST just to see how it's actually doing too, because this one moves faster than we do, because it has such lower volume in shares. I pointed out to you already. So we're going to go over and look at it. UPST, we got it up here, upstart. Ah, man. I have a dream is not be rich. There you go. Well, if you get rich by mistake, that's okay. It's all right if you get rich by mistake. And folks, by the way, I'm going to have to go get me some more coffee here. Hold on. Mm-hmm. I see Upstart. I see what it's doing. SoFi's going to have these days runs, you can see, and even more. Be right back. coffee spillage there. Oopsie. Get a rag over here. Just a moment, please. Whilst we grab a rag. Whilst we grab ourselves a rag. There we go. Oh, boy. All right. I am back. Hopefully you're still here with me. Thank you for being here in your presence, Spartacus. I appreciate you always putting out your tips on good stocks that are running so others can also profit from your insight, knowledge, and obviously you do a good bit of checking things out, and you do make good buys, and BTI is on fire. All right, let's take a look. BTI stock. There it is. He called this, folks, British American Tobacco. This has been one of his calls from 4 or 5 days back. Yep. Still making a nice little move on up. Yep, gradually. And I told you, folks, this isn't going to be one that you're going to expect massive runs and a lot of major swings. This doesn't happen, folks. Look at their 6-month chart. They're on an improvement, but these are long periods of time between the 17th to 18th. You can look at the gains here. They don't. This thing doesn't run wild and crazy. You know, you're not seeing these major swings on it. You're just good to stay in this for the long term because people aren't going to quit smoking no matter what the price is. 877. Oh my gosh, folks. How did I know that we were headed for 888? And you saw him try to hold 866 here. You saw how long that lasted. Folks, there's just too much demand on this stock right now. It's too hot, too hot, too hot, baby. Gotta run for shelter, gotta run for shade. That's right, too hot, baby. Gotta run for shelter from this mess that you've made. That's right, you shorts. I'm here to report you're getting screwed. Oh yeah, that's a new attitude. Oh yeah. Look at what's going on here, folks. See, as I was already told you, look at how the support was right here. This double bottom and then the triple bottom. And this is when the smart people said, fuck it. Excuse my language, but they said, we got to get out of this thing. They said, dang, man, this thing's on fire. We can't stop it. And by the way, this is what I had tried to tell you. This really wasn't a point of contention on the way up. See that? It wasn't. It wasn't a point of contention on the way up. It went right past it. All right? This is important to notice. But look how stubborn it was on the way down until the third trippity time. Third time, strike 3, shorts. You're out. You're out, and it's up. That's my call. That's what I'm saying. Right? BTI. All right, yep, got an eye on it. Some people have come with you maybe that are part of this group, and appreciate you sharing your other stocks with us because we're all in here to make money together, regardless of what stock is the one that's picked. And I told everybody to buy this stock here a little bit ago, and it was right there. RBT. You should buy some of it too, Spartacus. 54 cents a share. Look here, man. Look at the 5-day. Look where this thing was. 65. All right? It's got plenty of uproom potential here. And if you want to go to the 1 year, let's see if there's a correlation. This thing tapped out right here already at 32, folks. This is just an attempt to accumulate right here on this one before it really goes off. And I tell you about this stock because over here it shows statistically that this stock is owned, the majority of it is owned by institutions and insiders. Held by insiders, 63%, folks. 63.49. Held by institutions, 82% of the outstanding shares of the float. Look at this. It's insane. Yep, that's why I suggest it. That's why I tell you about it. You can pick it or not. But you also, you could have picked out this stock here for almost a dollar less than it is now. If you would have come in with me when I told you. There it is, folks. It's down 30% now. 32%. That's the typical swing. Now a 30% from there up. Right? And that's what I'm still calling for. And by the way, I was about to tell you, I've mentioned to you folks before about Hurricane Lopez. You know, he's been very conservative. I told you that about its price lately. He was aiming for $9.75. He just upped his to $11 11.25 yesterday, I think. 11.25, an upgrade from a very skeptical person, by the way. For the most part, I've even told you that about Hurricane Lopez, and and Stock Karen. I've told you, and it's got Princess there involved now. Look at this thing, though, folks. We have bounced from the 12.19. And by the way, I've been keeping track of this low, lunchtime low, every day. Every day, you've watched me keep track of it, and I'm not going to stop now. I'm not going to stop now. Lunchtime low will continue, folks. The lunchtime low will continue. We just got to find the sheet. It's on this volume one. Here we go. Let's go see what the lunchtime low will be on SOFI, you and me. Let's go see what the lunchtime low will be. Or did we already see it? It seems we did. That's right, everybody. So, what do we got for the lunchtime low on the 30th? And interestingly enough, I look here at the 5-day. Let's get on in on this. And let's just see what Tuesday's lunchtime low was, or even low period, what time, it doesn't matter. But golly, at lunchtime, that was horrible. Look at that, 8:44. I'm going to guess it was 8:44. Lunchtime low was probably 8:44, 12:15. We're going to 8:29. And by the way, the day before the lunchtime low was 8:21, and that was really at 1:45. It was 8:23 at lunchtime. For real, it was at 8:23. But I gave them 8:21 for the low at 1:45 in the afternoon, making them feel better, trying to help them out a little. And 8:29, what did I say the low was? 8:45. And I'm going to give them 8:44. And then the low of the day, let's see, well, we already know what that was. It's down here, 8:41. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm going to go to historical. Make sure we get the low right. This is 8:36. No, 8:16. Look at that. 1 penny lower on the low. What a quinky dink. But the high got blown away, just like today, by 20 cents. Woo! This is just what I called for, folks. You can see it happening day by day, day by day. All right, 8:16 was the low. I don't know when that had to be pre-market. Right at the open. I saw it yesterday. It was right at the open. They came at it at the very open. They'd have never got to that number to be a penny less if they didn't. So they came in right at the open. And the low was 8:16. And this is real. The real was 8:44, and the low was 8:16. At 9:30 exactly, 8:16. All right. Well, then today's lunchtime low. What is it? AMC is up. Yes, I saw that. I have it up here. AMC. They made an announcement, and it says here they launched a high barrier performance paper packaging in North America. Here it is right here. High barrier performance paper packaging. Means it will stop COVID in its tracks. Ex-dividend EPR is up close to 45. Yep. Okay. I got it right here, buddy. Look at. See? I'm watching it. I told people about it already. We're with you. We're keeping track. That's on my broadcast earlier. I appreciate you keeping us informed, because once someone brings something on our radar and it continues to go up, I'm going to keep my eye on it. And I am. And I've advised people to go on in, but don't be diving in. But these are all very solid stocks. A lot of them paying dividends here. So it's worth paying attention to these ones that he's picking out and showing you. And folks, we have seen another bottom achieved on this SOFI stock. And it is going to catapult even further. Here, as we see the lunchtime low. I'm going to be writing it down today, whatever it is that they achieve. I'm going to have it. And we're going to go to this chart right here. And we're going to go back to the chart. We want to get in on the chart. Yes, indeed. And folks, this is really what you want to see. And I think this is a longer term chart. So let's go to the 1 day because this is going to probably look a lot better. Look at right here. Triple upside crossover this morning in the pre-market, or just as the bell opened, really, boom, it went off, folks. I wonder why. And folks, look at the RSI down here. It's 40s. This still has room here, and they're trying to bounce it, see, right here off of this 45. Look at this. Look at that 45 and 50-day moving average every time they got it to right there. How far? See, here's where you can focus in on the 1 day, 1 minute. Make sure over here you're on the 1 minute interval, folks. And make sure you got these candlesticks picked out right here in case you don't know how to do it. And MO, yep. Gotcha. I'm watching. And as I said to folks yesterday, there's nothing wrong with being spread out big time as long as every one of them has movement potential. MO. Let's look at the 1 year on it. Wow, look at those. Talk about major swings. 47, what is this? 44, $3, yeah. Hey, 8 or 9 to 10% swings quite frequently on this. What's the date? September 26th to October 24th, a month. Then back to November 14th, 3 weeks. Then November 28th. Wow. See these swings, you got to mark these time swings. 2 weeks, folks. November 28th and then December 9th, 26th, 1 month. A fake. Then January 23rd. And I'm looking for the correlation to the bottom here, this one here. Really isn't one. It's kind of an in-betweener. And that can be a good thing sometimes. That's actually a good sign. We sure didn't get to there, but careful with this one. Man, it makes some good swings, though, it looks like. That's a good one. I got my eye on it. Yep. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. Go to PM. Tobacco stocks. Okay. Well, as I've always said, they're not people aren't going to stop smoking these things no matter what the price is. I'm with you. 98-cent dividend from them. Not on PM, but on OHI, folks. OHI. Let's look at the 6 month on this one. Whew. All right. Well, they certainly beat the street on the last one. Their revenue, look at that, and their earnings. Indisputable, folks. These people just keep making money. Look at that. Even with the price of cigarettes going through the frickin' roof, people. It's insane. Remember the first pack I ever got was 55 cents out of a cigarette machine in a restaurant place. I told you this was going to keep going up, folks, and it is. But I wasn't expecting it to keep moving up every single day. But then again, it's done it before, right? Right, Spartacus? I don't smoke, but I receive a good dividend from those that do. Yes, sir. I hear you, what you're saying there. Yes, sir. Yep, 100%. And it's good that you don't smoke. I smoked for many years, believe it or not. Quit. Flat, cold turkey. Boom, done. One day I just said, I'm done with this. Threw them away. That's the kind of resolve I have, though. I never smoked a lot. I used to smoke after lunch and sometimes smoke after I'd have a beer in the evenings or something. I was never a heavy smoker, ever. I used to put my cigarettes out that far from the butt every time I smoked one. I smoked the long ones, the hundreds. I saw it on American Cancer. They do those things that help people out, Heart and Lung Association, and they advertise a commercial on how you could cut down 90% of your intake of nicotine, tar and nicotine. Put the cigarette out that far from the butt. Well, I was smoking kings at the time, which doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they called them kings. They were shorter than the longs. They should have called those the queens and the other ones kings, right? But this is just life. As you know, it's always unusual and strange and never really makes sense. Cookies Code 51. Can you look at MMM? Yep. All right. I sure will. Hey, welcome. Let's give you some sharing that. Yes, I absolutely will. I don't mind doing it one bit. That's what we like to do. Yee-haw. And we're looking at a lot that these, look at all the windows I got up here. Goodness gracious. Going back to this for a second, because I saw two institutions come out, and I wondered if those were the shorting ones, 697. And this number changes during the day, folks. It changes during the daytime. They update this thing. And I noticed that yesterday, because yesterday morning I was showing a different number, and then it jumped up by 2. And then today, back down by 2. So they come in and out. They definitely do. I'm just looking at some other ones here right now that are NU. Yep. Looking good. I have in my portfolio every stock. I talk in here. Spartacus, I got you. Okay, you're not just talk about them. You own them. You support them too. I like NU here, folks. It looks good after it broke over 7, and away from that, I would say you got some good gains potential here on this. And so keep an eye on that. The volume is good. But we're going to look at this one here right now. Get over here, because especially for folks that have been here since the beginning on my channel, I'm going to look into things. You're dang right I am. And we don't hesitate. All right. So let's dive in a little bit on this one, folks, for everybody's benefit. Right here. I'm going to move it over here closer to NU so I can see and keep an eye on my Sofi. I got to be able to do that. Right? Oop, we slide it over here one slot. There we go. What are we doing here, by the way? Looking good, I'd say, everybody, right? On our way back, right on up over 10. We're going to be there, folks. This call that I made on this stock and the action we're seeing it's playing right as we expected it to. No one should be surprised by it at all. And this is just the beginning, folks, in my opinion. I have in my portfolio over one. Yep. All right, we're going to get back over here. I just got to keep an eye on this. You understand, but for everybody's benefit, too, what they're doing. Because a lot of people are at work that watch me, and they do things they can't hear, but I feed it to them. I feed them the information right here while they're on LTC and a double bottom. Okay. But let me look here. I want to see what this longer term. I see they're getting taken down a little today, Cookies Code. But I'm going to change here and take some longer looks, longer perspective. All right, you can definitely see that they were trounced on minimal and average. I mean, this volume looks, there's nothing exciting about the stock, okay, folks? You don't see any major leaps and bounds. But here, from this point you do, folks, from this price right here, somebody started shorting this heavily at 102 to break it back down over 100. I can see that. It's very obvious. You can see it down here at the bottom of this, right? But when they got it there, it was all over. And look at the price, 98.04. Says August 23rd, but I bet if I go here, it was lower. I'm going to go to the historical data, August 23rd. And I want to know what it was. 97.70. Then look at the gains after that. Up $1. Just a 1% gain. Up and down a touch. Up $4. That's just a statement right there. They had to get to that number. They look at the numbers here, the lows, 88, 88. Pay attention to these, folks. Because these become the numbers when the price is rising. They pull it down to those numbers each time. Are you with me? When the price is going up, as the price is escalating, these become the resistance numbers that they try to hold it at, and you'll see it come down the next day, right? And you can see right there at that 88, it was critical for them. And today's a statement at that same 88. Pay attention to those numbers. I tell you, these mean to them things to them, and not so much on this stock. You can look back across the lows, and you won't see it prominent across on this stock. It's not being done on this one. Doesn't appear. That might just be pure coincidence, but I pointed out anyway. Whatever. All right, but so let's look more at it. Let's go over to the statistics on it. About half as many shares outstanding as SOFI has. Still a large enough number to keep it stable. I like that 67% is held by institutions, but it troubles me a little bit that nobody has any conviction in this company that is in the top positions. Held by insiders, there's nothing there. Why? That's the drawback for me, I have to tell you. I mean, they're making money. Total cash, golly, they got $4.31 billion. Total debt equity is 215%. Goodness. Book value $14.13. See, when you see a total cash of $4.31 billion and you see total debt of $16.98 billion, and here's the scary part. They can put more shares out there. Just be careful with that one, okay? Cookies code. Be careful with this one. I'm looking here at the 52-week range. I see where it is over the year. It's a 13.72% gainer, and that's pretty good, actually. But just try and look back here at this chart again. Now, that being said, one thing of note, as far as today anyway, is there's a bounce right here in support at this level, okay? And as long as I see this blue line, and you can see the 45-day coming up on the gold one, and then start to cross over there, and if this gap here to here continues to increase, I would say hold on to it for a while. Don't go be heavy in it. Don't overcommit on this one. Let me get on this 1 day. Yeah. And the RSI is very good here. It's not overbought, oversold. It's right in the middle. Let's look here. I mean, when you're looking at a stock like SoFi, you're looking at 40,000, 60,000. These numbers are, 98,000 shares, 120,000 in these candlesticks. Here you're seeing 7,000. And and it makes sense. The price is way, way higher, so you're not going to see that kind of volume. That makes perfect sense. But I do like what I see right here coming in right now as it plays off this. I would call this a bottom today, is what I'd call that. And a good entry point, seeing what I'm seeing here with this blue starting to escape the gold. This is my 45-day blue average, 50-day gold. And I like that. I've always told people, if I start to see those separating, I start to salivate. You'll see what I mean here. Look at this chart right here. Look at this 3-month chart right now. Just heard talk about 3M, not invested in it. Okay. I'm with you. But here, look at the similarity on SoFi. See how that blue line got brought down the 45 below, and now it's gapping away? I'm not the only one that can see this. This is on the 3-month chart, however. It's not on the 1 day. It's on the 3-month. All right, so let's go to the 3-month on this one, see what it's doing. 3-month. Are we seeing a blue crossover? Yes, we are. I like that. I'll tell you that much. EPR now 45.10, can pass 47, which is the high, okay? Got it on my radar up here. I definitely do. I'm watching it, yep. EPR right there, folks. Look at that. It spiked. Look at the volume come in on here right here at 12:30, folks. 12:30 volume coming in. No report. 14 days ago, last news. Here's the 1 month on it so you can be aware of what he's showing you and what this looks very promising. Thank you, Spartacus. Nice. I hope that some of my people that come on this channel can take advantage of these calls, because you can see each day what's going on with these. And MMM, if she goes 75, I can enter. Okay. Did you see that? Cookies code. All right, cookies code. MMM, if it goes to 75, he'd say enter. But I mean, goodness gracious, that would have to be a 25% pullback. And that would have to happen only on very bad news, in my opinion. And now I'm going to go with my goofy looking glasses, because these are starting to irritate. I just noticed the bridge pad had come off of there, and can't have that. So I'm going with my Jerry Lewis glasses now. They're certainly heavier, but my goodness gracious, look at SOFI. It's quite and crazy, isn't it? This stock is just going insane. I don't know how in the hell they're going to keep it back. Bloody goodness gracious. Folks, in case you didn't know, I tend to change character from time to time, and I'll throw something at you, might come right out of left field, completely blindside you. And right now I'm doing that, and this is my imitation of what was the name of the movie, the group of guys that traveled around and played in the band. Oh, goodness gracious, I can't believe it's not Spinal Tap. Yes, we'll do a Spinal Tap MO right now. And thank you for being here today and listening to me carry on like a crazy Brit. And indeed, I will bastardize the language, and they won't be too proud of me, but we'll probably start receiving some thumbs downs. But there you go. We've got some people coming aboard here in the chat room. Hey there, Heirloom Cedar. Welcome. What's up? Oh, yes, indeed. We're over here imitating the British today. Don't know why. I just decided to jump on that today for a bit. We're just doing a little bit of a segue into another language so that you can hear and don't have to get bored with crazy old Catfish Tyler always talking the same way. And so we're going to break it up today a bit, right? We're going to be right, mates? I'm a guy I like to wait for a good price. Oh, I understand completely what you're saying, Spartacus, and I hope that you enjoy the way I say your name when I'm talking in English. Or when I'm giving an effort to talk in English anyway. I'm probably not doing quite as good as you might think, but I'm sure as hell gonna give it a try, gosh dang it. Oh my goodness gracious. And here we are looking at all these others. Upstart, UPST, Ballistic. It's off like a rocket, and it often tends to run at more of a higher pace. And I've mentioned why, everyone. It's because of the fact that they have low shares outstanding, and they move radically up and down because of it. And, oh my goodness gracious. Look at BTI. It was brought up to us, and now we see it is indeed gone green, making a growing back its tentacles. Even though it's been knocked down and it was taken, it has made a nice move now, and congratulations on all of you. Spartacus, my name is Orlando. Oh, goodness gracious. We've got his name now, Orlando. He's come out of his shell. He's come out of his shell, his true identity. We don't know his last name, and we wouldn't divulge that even if we did. But folks, I want to thank you for being with me here in this insane channel. Well, from time to time, I'll break into talking like someone from somewhere else. Turn around. Tyler, glad I held SOFI, thanks. Oh my God, yes, absolutely. And not only that, bloke, you probably should have been buying right along with me when it fell all the way down to the bloody price of $7.89. What a slaughtering. You know, folks, I wonder if I was to keep talking like this, if I might start gaining more of an audience. I think it might have a bit more appeal to it. What do you believe? I'd like you to give me the thumbs up if you like what I'm doing here, or if you'd rather me go back to my crazy old cat. But for a little bit anyway, I'm going to talk in English, and people will be mind blown when they get here. They'll be, what happened? Is this his twin brother? His identical twin from another language, from another. Yeah, indeed, I do have a bit of Irish in me, and now the Irish are quite a bit different talking than the folks from the England. Okay, I got that right now. Don't confuse the two, because you'll get your bloody ass kicked if you do. I'm telling you this right now. The Irish folk, they had a bloody pass with the English, and they don't like the way they've been treated over time, and it's been a sad situation. But fortunately, along came what's his face, St. Patrick, and turned it all into Christians, and they all love one another now. There's not the battles and fightings going on. Anyway.